Hey guys, this is a Kaminari ex listener ex Shinsou. I hope you enjoy. This is Hanahaki part 2. If you haven't watched the first part, please go watch it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Look up to see your classmate and ask, "What are you doing here?" He looked down at you with surprised expression, something you mostly never saw on him. Shinzo Hitoshi, the new addition to Class 1A and one of Kaminari's close friends. He asked, "Yuan, what's wrong with you?" You just shook your head and said, "Not to worry, Shinzo, I'm fine." He grabbed your wrist and pulled you closer to him and said, "You don't look fine, you look tired, you have bags under your eyes, and you seem you haven't eaten in days. What's wrong with you?" You pulled away from him and said, "It's nothing." He shook his head and said, "It's because of Kaminari or something. I know you like him, but he's with Jiro. We cannot do anything about it." When he finished that sentence, you started coughing more petals. You thought, how the first day was so painful. How are you gonna go a whole week with this? But you ignored that Shinzo was still in front of you and just started coughing. More petals and more petals. It was horrible. Needless to say, there was also blood coming out. He quickly ran up to you and pulled you into his chest. He then said, "Yuan, what's wrong?" You look up at him and show him the petals with an embarrassed look on your face. He said, "Did you have... Please don't tell me you have it." You look away from him. "Yes, I do have Hanahaki." His eyes widened and he had a worried look on his face. You have never seen Shinzo like this. "It's because that stupid Pikachu. Are you serious, Yuan? You're a great girl. You can do so much better. Why him? Why him of all people? You know he's an idiot, right?" You shook your head and said harshly, "I know he's an idiot, but it's not my fault I felt for him. He always flirted with me, tell me I was perfect, Ermi was the sunshine of his life, and say all these cheesy lines and comments that would make me blush. I cannot control my feelings, and I know I shouldn't feel like this. He's dating Jiro, and I cannot get the money to get the surgery to save my life, because this is he gave me, and I surely he will never love me back, and I cannot fall in love with another person. What do you think I feel, Shinzo? I feel devastated. I will never become a hero because of this. I will never see my family again, I'll never see my friends, I'll never see anyone. I don't want to die." You started crying. Tears started rolling down your cheeks, and Shinzo could feel his heart break. You were a very great friend to him, and he didn't like seeing you like this. He pulled you into his chest and said, "Everything will be alright, Juan. Don't worry about it. I will be here till the end. We can try to get money for your surgery. We can get a part-time job or something. I will not let you die like this." You look up at him and said, "You're a great friend, Shinzo. Thank you." He gave you a hug and said, "Don't worry about it, darling. Let's go before Mr. Isawa kills us." You chuckled and said, "Yeah, we should get going." You wiped the tears off your face and started heading to class. Shinzo was the only one who knew that you had a Hanahaki, and it was because of Kaminari. You guys started spending more time together during classes, breaks. He also stayed at very late hours at your dorm, helping you with the pain. He always cleaned the flowers, also gave you some painkillers and other stuff. He was always there taking care of you in training. You felt like he actually cared for you a lot. Little did you know, someone didn't like seeing you both together. He was starting to get a little angry and a little mad. It was Kaminari. He and Jiro have been dating, of course, but he has seen you starting hanging out with Hitoshi more. Today at lunch, you were sitting with Shinzo at a table, laughing and giggling, and he was sitting with the usual people of the Baku squad, and he said, "I don't understand why Shinzo is spending so much time with her. He is not that interesting. He's my friend, yes, but he doesn't seem like Yuan's type." Bakugo chuckled and said, "So what do you think is her type?" He looked up at Bakugo and said, "Well, flirty guys, blonde hair, perfect smile." Mina giggled and said, "Kaminari, it seems like you're describing yourself, and you already have Jiro, so forget it." He sighed. Don't remind me of that." The truth was, Jiro and Kaminari weren't dating. They were fake dating. Since their actual crushes didn't take the hint, they liked them, they had the brilliant idea to start fake dating to call their attention. Kaminari wanted to get your attention, and Jiro wanted to get Yajirosu's attention. But it was a total fail. You started hanging out more with Shinsou, and Yajirosu didn't even seem bothered about this, so their plan had come to a very bad ending, and they were stuck right now together. Kaminari sighed. I don't understand why I brought the idea of a fake relationship with Jiro. It clearly will not work. I created it, and I'm an idiot. Zero and Kirishima burst out laughing, and Kirishima said, Bro, it's your own fault. You are pushing your into Shinsou's arms right now. Literally, you could just ask her out. You always flirt with her, by the way. He shook his head and said, Okay, you understand. Yuan is different. She's not like another girl I flirt with. She's like really perfect and really beautiful. It gives me like feel her happy. She's sunshine. It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's just magical. Every time I spend with her, it's like it's just so perfect. And I cannot. It's not like another girl in school. I don't know how to explain it. You understand that? All the guys watched him just ramble about you, and the perfect Mina decided to interrupt him and said, Kaminari, dude, you're sounding like a total simp. He laughed and said, Yeah, shut up. It's just she's too beautiful for me. The Baku squad tried to cheer him up, and back at the table with you and Shinsou, you were laughing, feeling happier than you feel in a long time. Still, the flowers did not go away. Now, the petals had turned to full-grown flowers, and it started to hurt much more. It had been already a few weeks, and you just wanted the pain to end. You wanted to stop so badly. You and Shinsou got part-time jobs at a cafe. He takes more shifts than you because you were too weak from training, school, and the disease to do the things right. You appreciated having a friend like Shinsou. He was great taking care of you. You could feel yourself getting happier every time you were around him. And no matter what, you were truly grateful for having Shinsou at your side. Lunch quickly ended and you headed back to class. You were sitting on your table as normal, Shinsou behind you, and you watched Kaminari and Jiro leave the classroom. They have been a little more distant since like a week ago. You didn't even care at this point, and just went back to talking to Shinsou. That night at the dorms, you felt horribly. As soon as you entered your door and closed it, you started coughing flowers. It was bad. Even branches started to come out. You thought, branches and the flowers? This is the final stage. Oh my god. You felt horribly and you started and never stopped. It took you like 2 hours to stop. You were scared. You quickly grabbed your phone and called Shinsou when you were done and said, Hitoshi, please come to my dorm. I need some help. When he quickly heard those words, he started running to your dorm. When he slammed the door open because it was locked, he saw you laying on the floor with petals all over you, and also blood, a lot of blood, and he saw branches. Oh no, Yuan! He really tried to wake you up, but you wouldn't wake up. You were immobilized, and you were very cold. He called Mr. Isawa and said, Mr. Isawa, I need help in your dorm, please come. When Mr. Isawa arrived, he saw you laying there with flowers, and he asked Hitoshi, Shinsou, what's wrong with Yuan? He explained the whole Hanahaki situation, but he didn't reveal who was the boy you liked. They quickly rushed you to the hospital and explained to the doctors the whole situation. The doctor checked you before saying you need to go in an urgent surgery. They explained how the surgery will work. They will remove the petals from your lungs, but the bad thing is that you will forget all the feelings you had for the person. You will just see them as normal. All the romantic feelings you had for them, they will be gone. They accepted the conditions and they quickly put you into surgery. You were unconscious the whole time. After 2 days, you woke up. You said, my head hurts. Quickly, you saw someone next to your bed. It was Hitoshi. He was in tears. He said, oh my god, you're awake. Let me call a doctor. He rushed out the room and you wanted to ask what happened, but you were too tired and just leaned back on the bed. Then the doctor came and explained that you had gotten the surgery. You were so surprised and asked, "Wait, who paid for this? I didn't have the money, and Hitoshi and me hadn't raised enough money to get me surgery." They explained that Mr. Isawa decided to pay for the whole medical treatment, and you were grateful for him. Shinsou was so happy that he was his best friend. He hugged you tightly, and you hugged back. You felt great. Look at yourself in the mirror. You didn't look as bad. You didn't look as tired, and you look like you have gotten much healthier. After that day, some students from class 1A, let's say the whole class 1A, even Bakugo came to visit you at the hospital. Mina and Uraraka came rushing to you and said, "Yuan, are you alright?" You chuckled and said, "I'm alright, girls. Don't matter." Bakugo then asked, "Hey, Thomas, who was the idiot that gave you Hanahaki?" You weren't surprised. They seriously told your classmates about the disease. You shook your head and said, I don't want to talk about that." Kaminari was sitting in the corner. He thought, "Oh, I want to kill the person that gave Yuan Hanahaki. He's an idiot." He then said, "Hey, Yuan, I have a question for you." You look up at Kaminari and ask, "What is it?" "It was Shinsou, the one that gave you Hanahaki." You shook your head and said, "Why would you think that?" "Well, he's been hanging around you a lot, and I just thought you guys probably were dating, or you liked him or something." You shook your head and said, "No, Shinsou was the only one who knew about the disease. He was helping me." Kaminari was surprised. You and Shinsou weren't that close, but after his past couple weeks, you guys become really close. He was a little jealous, he had to admit that. Then, Yajirosu asked, Yuan, can you please tell us who was the person? We literally want to know." You shook your head and said, "I prefer that information not to be told." After a few hours of chatting with your friends, they soon left, and you were left alone in the hospital to rest. Your release date will be in about 2 days. In those 2 days, Shinsou had came giving you the homework, and many of your classmates, like the Deku Squad and the Baku Squad, had came to visit you. You were very happy because of this, but something that made you really sad is that you lost all your feelings towards Kaminari. When you woke up and saw Kaminari, you didn't feel anything. You actually didn't feel anything. Usually when you saw him, you felt butterflies in your stomach, and you would blush a lot, and act all different than you usually do, but you just treat him like a normal classmate. And you understand that the surgery was supposed to do that exactly, but you felt sad, empty, for some reason. You wanted to feel that feelings again, but you knew it was too dangerous for your own good. After that 2 days, the person that came to pick you up at the hospital were Shinsou and Denki. You understand why Denki was here, but you just went with it. When you guys are off at the dorms, they helped you arrange the things in your room and get back to normal. Shinsou left for dance Kaminari because he had some homework to do, and Kaminari soon asked, "Yuan, would you mind meeting me on the rooftop tomorrow? I have something to tell you." You nodded. "Okay, Denki, see you then." He left. You were wondering, what is he gonna tell me? But still, you feel some sadness and guilt. You felt sad because you didn't feel anything for him right now, and it wasn't normal. You usually enjoy being around Kaminari, but right now you had no emotion towards him, and that scared you. The next day, you did what Kaminari asked him. You went to the rooftop. He was there, looking at the sky, and you asked, "Hey Kaminari, what did you call me here for?" He looked at you and said, "Yuan, I have something to confess to you." You looked at him confused and asked, "What is it?" He looked down at the floor and said, "Me and Jiro have not been really dating. We just did it to get someone's attention, and it really didn't do anything, so I guess it didn't work." You look at him in confusion and ask, "Well, who were you trying to get this attention from?" He chuckled and said, "Actually, it was from you." You felt your heart sink. Right now, he was gonna confess right now when you had no emotion towards him, no feelings towards him because of the dumb surgery. He continued and said, I'm in love with you, Yuan. I have for a really long time. And I know you just got out of a surgery because some bastard gave you Hanahaki. And it is bad, but I think if you let me love you, I can make you feel better. And you quickly stopped him and said, Kaminari, do you know who gave me Hanahaki in the first place? He looked at you in confusion and shook his head. It was you, you dummy. It was you. His eyes widened. He couldn't believe he just lost his chance with you. He actually messed up that badly. He said, wait, don't play with me, Yuan. You actually got Hanahaki because of me? Don't tell me that, please. You quickly looked at him with an embarrassed face and said, I had liked you for a very long time. The day you announced you were dating Jiro, I sort of got it. Shinsou found out the exact next day and had been helping me. We both started raising money to get my surgery done, but we didn't on time, so I was in high risk. And the night that I had the last phase, I kinda got the surgery because Mr. Isawa helped me with it. I'm sorry, Kaminari. He understood what the surgery does. Obviously, you didn't have feelings for him right now, but he promised something to himself. He quickly walked closer to you and pulled you for a kiss. Your eyes widened, but even though you didn't feel anything, you kissed back. He said, Yuan, I'm gonna make you a promise right here, right now. I'll make you fall for me again, and I'll never stop loving you. You got that? I'll never. And I promise by the end of this year, or how much time it takes me, you will love me back. And I'll make you the happiest person on this earth. You were surprised, but kinda happy. It was gonna be a challenge, since the person that took the surgery was supposed not to have feelings, but you were happy he will try, because Kaminari still was a very important person to you. Yushagon said, well, we'll see, Kaminari. You quickly waved and walked away. Little did you know someone was hearing this conversation, and quickly, when you left, he entered a rooftop and said, well, Denki, game on. Kaminari looked back to see Shinsou Hitoshi, one of his friends, and he said, game on for what? Let's see who takes Yuan's heart at the end, because I liked her and I have helped her these past weeks, and I'm not gonna back down now, you know that. Kaminari chuckled and said, we'll see, Shinsou, but I'm not backing down, you should take that for sure. And you're actually not her type. Shinsou chuckled and said, who knows, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But you already broke her heart once, and I haven't done that. I have more possibilities than you. They both looked at each other and said, we'll see at the end who takes Yuan's heart. We'll see.